Hi, my name is April. I'm going to talk about my experience mentoring someone, which I had never done. I believe it was a different experience. It's a very learning experience, not only for myself, but even for my mentor, especially because I was mentoring them. Our first meeting was we explored topics that interested them, whatever they thought was positive in their lives, something that they wanted to change or improve. And that created a connection between us. And my mentee was very helpful. They were very open, which helped a lot. I was the whole time trying to talk about. It's very hard that they seek for answers from you. They'll ask, "Oh, what do you think I should do during this situation?" And that's the hard part because you don't want to give answers. You want to let them find their own answers. But um, from time to time, they would ask me, "So what would okay? So in my shoes, what would you do?" And I mean, it was very hard to say, "Oh, I would do this," because I explained too that everybody's different. We have everybody deals with experiences or situations differently. That's why the first time, and I would always refer back to our first meeting, that okay, so they according to I would point out the difference between personalities, um, and it was just very hard to say my points of view because I didn't want my points of view to influence theirs, because what I didn't want to do is change their opinions about things, just because mine seemed to resolve something. Um, but yeah, it was very hard to not give my personal opinion about things. I think that was the hardest part, especially when they would point out situations. But throughout the whole project, I found that I think it's awesome how by just asking questions to yourself can help you a lot. Kind of living in the moment type of thing. Like you actually think about this moment and you're like, oh whoa, okay, so how would I how should it's like even reacting to situations, I think most of the time you just don't think about consequences or what could happen. Am I gonna hurt someone's feelings? Is it gonna affect me? I think if you just take a breath and think, okay, you don't have to think about the whole thing, because you don't have time at the moment. You just kind of react. But if you have that background about yourself and okay, if I react negative to this, the consequences, they're most likely to be negative. So I think that taking things kind of take things easy. I think is the easiest way, and also I think that you kind of have to know yourself before trying to solve anything, before before even setting goals for yourself. I think you have to kind of know what you really like, know what's important for you to change. And yeah, start. Oh yeah, and another thing was my mentee. They started by setting long-term goals. They're like, oh, I want to. It's like a whole different change, like a whole total change. And then we broke it down into pieces, and then um, the very first change that they had, it was very very small, but it was so significant to them, and I think that's a very good start. And they just from the first change, it becomes like a motivation, and then they just kind of keep going, which is good. And I mean, it's another thing that's awesome is that it's very little time that I spend with the mentee, and you can totally see a difference. Not very like you totally influence them and change their lives, but I think there is a difference. You kind of have them think about themselves and not situations. So I think that's very cool. I think it's a really good start, and I think for it's a great way to help people, and you not only help people and you help yourself, because then you think, oh, okay, so this something so small can help you. But yeah, that was my experience with mentoring. Um, I try to do it on myself too. I was like, okay, what really matters to me? And I think thinking about we're too caught up doing all these other things, and you don't really have time to think about yourself, or you don't make time to think about yourself. So I think it's very important. But that was it.